I'm here with the reigning, defending one championship lightweight champion, Christian Lee. Christian, you've had a very successful year inside the cage, but let's start with what's important. Congratulations, you just welcomed the little one. First Father's Day, I'm assuming. How is all of that for you?
Oh, thank you. It's all been great so far. Just such a blessing having my baby girl in this world, and my wife and I couldn't be more happy to be spending the time at home with her right now.
Now, obviously, we know your sister Angela just welcomed her little one as well. We know that fighting is the Lee family business. Should we be expecting these kids to be the next generation and one championship in about 20 or so years?
Well, I can't speak for Angela and Bruno's baby. That's completely up to them and up to Ava as she grows up. But as for my wife and I, we're really not going to push her in that direction at all, not one bit. I actually, personally, if I have a choice, I don't want her to fight. I don't want to see her in the ring there. But definitely, she will grow up learning martial arts skills, because it's a very important skills life skill set that she can take with her. She can learn how to defend herself, just to stay fit, stay active as she grows up, and so many valuable lessons she'll learn by training in martial arts. But in no way am I going to push competition on her.
Real quick, on the note of family and the last one, how many more siblings should we expect to be, showing up in one championship and kicking some butt? Because obviously you got yourself, two sisters. I mean, is there a cousin that is waiting on their debut or something? Christian, talk to me.
No, there is one last member of my family that is left, and that's my little brother, Adrian. He's 15 years old now, and he's tearing it up on the junior competition, and he's now training with the adult fight team, and so I can see him being signed to one championship very soon.
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about your year, man. I mean, just the last run. You've been in one championship for a while. You've done well for yourself. But these last 2 years, I mean, these last four fights, you win the title over a guy like Shinya Aoki, just an absolute veteran. Then you're winning the Grand Prix. You're defending it against guys like Yuri and like Timofey Naskyukin. Can you just talk about what this last year has been for you, getting those victories? Because it's one thing to be a top prospect, but you're now at that point. You are taking out the top-ranked guys that one has available for you.
Well, I feel that it's just the years of hard work finally paying off. I've been training in martial arts my whole life, and I got signed to one championship at 17 years old. So I'm 5.5 years in now, 19 fights in, and I feel like this is really my time to come out on top, and my time to showcase my true skill set to the world. And I feel like I'm only getting better every day. So I'm very grateful for the success I've had in the last few years, but this is just the beginning for me. I feel that I'm just getting started in my career.
I want to ask you, because when you're in a position like yourself, you obviously have a great platform. One championship does reach a very large audience. If not, in the United States, it's not quite to the level of some of the other promotions that I know you're familiar with. You've seen this kind of deal happen. You know how big a deal it is, the UFC guys or Bellator guys compared to a lot of the rest of the world in the US. For yourself, what do you think is the key to continuing to grow your brand and getting more people to know that, hey, this guy Christian Lee is out there and he is doing great work too?
Well, for me, I'm a fighter. I enjoy what I do, and I just focus on working hard in the gym so that I can go out there and put on, exciting performances like my last outing. I feel that continuing to dominate my opposition and continuing to get finishes is what's going to, put myself out there and to, eventually take notice of the worldwide fans. And, one championship is doing an amazing job, dominating the Asian market. They are expanding into Europe and now expanding into the US. And I can see a show on US soil in the very near future. So I think that really one championship's done amazing so far, but they're still right at the cusp of breaking into new grounds as well. So I can see my career skyrocketing, and also the growth of one championship skyrocketing in the very near future.
This year was a big deal. One championship, getting really consistent with that series on TNT, great time slot, great lead in, all these other factors. Did you see a significant growth? Did you notice that, hey, just more people did watch that fight between you and Timofey because of that exposure on the US network?
Yeah, I do feel that, there was definitely a lot of eyes on my last fight. One championship, they did a great job marketing the event, the TNT, the 4 TNT series. I believe it was week after week, and I think that the ratings did very well. I don't know the exact numbers, but just the fact that it was on US prime time, and then streamed all across the world as well. I'm sure that the show did very well, and I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it.
Shifting gears really more into what's next for you. I mean, I think when you think about how young you are, the guys you already have on your resume, one championship, what are you looking for next to test yourself as a martial artist? Is it adding those guys like, if I butcher his name, I'm sorry, but okay, Rayun? I did see your interview. You gave your thoughts already on Eddie Alvarez, so I'm not going to bring him up. But is it about adding those guys? Is it about maybe trying moving up in weight a bit? What is the next challenge you see for yourself?
Right now in my immediate plans is first to continue defending my lightweight title. I just want to keep, knocking off the contenders, continue dominating in my division. And then next step would be to move up to welterweight and to claim that belt as well. And hopefully I can hold 2 divisions at the same time for a little while before officially moving up to welterweight.
I was going to ask on that note, do you keep an eye on the people brought in by One Championship? I know they recently signed the former Ultimate Fighter winner, China, Lepeng. Do you keep an eye on those kinds of moves with the roster when they happen, or do you kind of wait for them to come across your desk from the manager?
I do keep an eye on the events, and I keep an eye on the new fighters coming in. I didn't hear about the new guy that you just mentioned, but as soon as a guy like Oka, when he was signed to the promotion, I saw that he was fighting Marat in his first fight. So immediately I take notice. I was definitely paying attention to that fight. So whenever there's a new guy, a new fighter that gets signed, I definitely want to keep notice because it is my company, especially if it's my division, then it's something I'll be keeping an eye on.
Secondly, I did want to ask, about 2 years ago, they made big waves, this nice just group of free agent signings. There's always guys moving and contracts expiring all the time in any of these other promotions. Do you ever kind of, message Chaudhry or let him know like, hey man, just like, I think you should really make that guy an offer if he ends up on the free agent market? Do you ever have that kind of talk to see about bringing guys in to the lightweight division since you are the man over there right now?
For me, there's a lot of good fighters out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of talented fighters that are free agents looking to get signed to one. But for me, I don't try to spend too much time looking at other fighters or studying their game if they're not signed to the promotion yet. I wait until there's a potential fight, and then that's when I start looking at the opponents. So no, I'm not spending too much time paying attention to the other fighters out there.
My final question, Christian, thank you so much for the time you've given us already. Just what's on your forecast? Do you have about a timetable when we might see you next? Obviously, you're enjoying the arrival of your daughter, but I think fans are wondering when's the next one, and do you think there's a name that you might be floating around that'll be most likely?
I will definitely be fighting very soon before the year's done. Maybe even 2 more times before the year's done. But I'm looking to defend my belt against a ranked lightweight fighter, someone I haven't already fought. And I believe there's one guy left. So, he's earned his way there. He's made a very respectful call out. I think he's the next guy in line. But once again, there's been no contracts signed yet, and there's no date or event. But I am in training, and I'm preparing for my return to the one circle.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to it, Christian. Congratulations on, once again, your daughter, the great run you've had so far, and certainly we are looking forward to seeing you back out there, man.